open the door, stepped inside, and put his bag onto the kitchen table. Light from the living room flickered and danced on the ceiling, reflecting from the television screen. He unzipped the bag and took out the dagger. The handle was wrapped in hide, hewn from a goat. Its blade was dull and pitted by age. He closed his eyes and muttered a prayer. Mabel didn't hear his voice mumbling in the kitchen, nor did she hear him tiptoeing into the living room and sneaking up behind her chair, although she sensed a sudden chill in the air. She pulled her cardigan closed and fastened the buttons. A shiver ran down her spine, and the stench of decay filled her nostrils. She was about to turn around when the first blow of the dagger struck. Confused and frightened as to why someone would do such a terrible thing, it didn't take long for the darkness to surround her and claim her for its own. Chapter 2. Rob Evans brushed another layer of soil from the skull. The earth was damp and the air was unwholesome. It was like breathing in dirt. The bone was yellowed and cracked. There was a hole in the skull, probably the cause of death, although he couldn't be sure yet. It was too early to tell. He was part of a team excavating the burial chamber at Bryn Kelly, a passaged tomb with a mysterious pillar in the centre of the chamber which was carved with serpent-like designs. No one was sure why the stone was there, who put it there, or why the serpents had been carved into it. Rob had heard several stories as to who had built the chamber 5,000 years ago, and why they went to the lengths of placing the pillar there, but none of them added up. Some were more believable than others, and some were pure nonsense. The truth was, the secrets had been passed from generation to generation, corrupted by time before being forgotten completely. No one knew the real meaning of the carvings, but he could make an educated guess. He'd seen serpent carvings all over the world, and all but a few represented evil. Even the Old Testament recorded serpents as vessels for evil. The serpent in the Garden of Eden was sent to tempt Eve, and signified something much eviler than just being a snake. The serpent carvings generally represented the devil. "Rob!" Claire Hart shouted him. Her voice sounded a little panicked. "Can you come here a minute, please?" "Hold on a sec," Rob said, trying to stand up. His back was stiff from bending down, and his knee pads weren't preventing the ache, which spread from his thighs down to his ankles. There were times when he thought he was too old to be at the coalface of archaeology. His joints would be less painful behind a desk, reading studies and agreeing or disagreeing with them. But the truth was, he loved the thrill of uncovering the past. What he didn't love were the university students they gave him to help dig. Students like Claire Hart. They would call him over every 30 seconds, disturbing his work and putting unnecessary pressure on his spine. "What's the problem?" he called down the passage. "This time," he muttered beneath his breath. "I found some footwear." "Well done," Rob said. He rolled his eyes skyward and sighed. "We've uncovered several examples of tribal footwear in this area, but then you know that, don't you?" "Yes, of course. I've studied those findings, but this is very unusual," Claire said from behind him. He hadn't heard her approaching, and it startled him. She looked pale and shocked. "It's very unusual indeed." "Finding footwear in a chamber like this isn't unusual," Rob chunned, shaking his head. He tried to calm her with his voice. She was clearly disturbed. "There's nothing to worry about. Show me where you were digging." "I know we can expect to find footwear from this period. I'm halfway through a master's degree, and I'm not stupid," she said, reluctantly leading him down the passage. She pointed to her find. "Correct me if I'm wrong, but the indigenous people of Anglesey didn't wear Adidas, did they?" "Adidas?" Rob repeated. It was his turn to look disturbed. Rob bent closer and shone his torch. The 3 stripes were uncovered, and the word Sam...